No. Oh, I'm stupid. I am stupid. Okay, and Twuggle is like what are you, 1106, and Lothar is 1017. All right, we'll speed up through it a little bit. So we got this group, Division K. I believe this is Group 2. So we got Twuggle on his home map of Bay from Hidden Cup. It's a hybrid map. He's gone for the Byzantines, very strong hybrid civ. We'll keep yellow. Yeah, we'll keep yellow and green. Meanwhile, on the other side, Lothar of the Hill People. He has gone for the Persians, another very, very strong hybrid civ. The map after this will be Lothar's home map, which is Nomad. So Persian's a very good Nomad civ as well, so he won't have the options to go Persians there, it's worth noting. Byzantines, of course, have the fire ships with increased attack speed, very, very strong. Buildings with more HP, also a very nice bonus. And cheaper imp is the other one that's really feels very, very strong sometimes. Getting up to imp, getting the trebs out can prove game winning. Lothar though, Persians have stronger docks, double HP, so even more HP than a Byzantine dock. And the dock also produces faster, so if Lothar's going for the water, it's going to be real tough for Twuggle to really get him off the water because of that dock bonus. Is very, very annoying. In my opinion, Twuggle just getting housed a little bit, so he's getting loot. That's alright. Very quick on the dock as Lothar. He was a bit heavier on the wood. Twuggle going for the boar earlier. And Twoggle's still housed. He's going to have to scramble that one down. But he has got enough wood for the house and the dock, so he's going to be alright. Just going to be a Vil down. The Persians, of course, also have the faster working dock and TC as well, so it's quite a small bonus in Dark Age, but it really ramps up, means they can go for some very good, 1 TC, 2 TC plays rather than expanding too much, but we'll see if that comes into play. But with a fishing ship out already, it's looking good for Lothar, although he himself has also got house, but it's not too bad. He's got house coming down already. But yeah, it's not been too bad a start, all things considered. Hybrid maps. Very tricky to play, very tricky, and we actually saw, if anyone was here saw the cast between, which one was that? Zvedez and he's called Elysium Gaming on Discord, but I can't remember what his in-game name was. Zelda Squad. Zelda Squad actually just it was on cross, and Zelda Squad just completely ignored water and went for a Huns build with with double stable. First big test. Oh, extra hit there on the way out. Lothar, I think if he commit to the fight, he possibly could have coin flipped it, but I guess running away, probably not a bad shout. And it is nice wall start for Lothar, although it is impossible to wall this fully. So scout play, I think, is probably going to be a bit better than, certainly a bit easier than archer play in my opinion. If you're spending your wood and your gold on fire ships to contest the middle, 3 fishing ships for each, you're also susceptible to demos if you don't want to really bring archers up close around here. But Lothar really getting the walls down early, and big wall for Twuggle here. But yeah, I think we shall soon see feudal age for both. Lothar up ever so slightly faster, but there's not too much in it. He will get the fire ship out first. I'm assuming there will be a fire ship and a barracks coming down as well, so no second dock yet. I'm wondering if there's going to be a follow-up to the barracks, so maybe a stable or an archery range. Could be possible. And this is a bit of a bug, actually. I don't know why he's just stood there doing nothing. That's going to be quite annoying when Lothar hits his Idleville hotkey and sees his matey boy stood on the barracks doing absolutely nothing. Doubly so because he's actually got the wood for another production building. And he's actually going to wall the front. This is a very defensive move. Now Twuggle went up without actually taking the berries at all, so he's going to head out to them now. Gonna be almost up as well, and big wall across the front as well, so both these players wanting to play it safe for the start at least, and both getting walls down very early. Twoggle's keeping his scout active in here, hasn't seen the barracks yet and doesn't know it's fully walled. Lothar's not really ventured out on the other side of the map yet, which I think is fair enough after he got spotted and attacked early, and Twuggle has actually seen the stable coming down. Wood upgrade coming in for Lothar, which is very good to see. And fire galley getting some work done on these fishing ships, and there is a fire galley on the way, but there's already one fishing ship down. So one dock production for each. Obviously the Persian dock is slightly faster at producing, but the Byzantine fire ship itself is stronger in the 1v1. But now we've got two out for Lothar, and of course with Persians being up slightly faster, there's that sort of timing advantage as well. That meant that Lothar was making fire galleys sooner, and he's doing a good job dodging, although it does go down. But his fish has been pretty undisrupted. Twoggle's fish have been idle for quite some time, and Lothar's going to continue to make fire galleys, and Twoggle's not got the gold for... Oh, he has just about got the gold for a second one now, so... And Lothar is full walled by 14 minutes here, if not sooner. And he's got a scout as well ready. But then Twoggle's wall's gone down. He's taken a lot of vills on that. But so the scouts probably won't get too much done. Bit of light harassment, and it might be quite a sedate saunter up to Castle Edge for both. One fire ship to 3. You don't want to take you that fight if you're Twuggle, but nice micro from Lothar. Taking as little damage as possible. He could just fire head to head, but you know, and he is going to find the fishing ships. So it should be a full clear. Twuggle getting a demo out. Now, one demo is not going to clear 3. You can get a good hit, but then you need some fires to follow up as well. So what I'm hoping is we see it garrisoned, and we'll pop out later when there's a bit more army. 2 demos actually. Oh, he's actually going for the fish with it, which is not a bad move. If you think, yeah, if you think you can't win water, then you may as well disrupt the economy. So he's essentially there, just got a Vil kill. The land eco 35 to 38, and Lothar's looking to click up any second now, and he does. Twuggle a bit further behind. He had a lot of idle time when he was walling, I think. And so as the res collected, he's quite a bit behind, not to mention with the fishing ships. So it's looking like a bit of a rough spot. But that said, you know, Byzantines, he's got a stable and a barracks. He can make cheap counter units to, I mean, the Persians looking like they're going to go for probably knights. Opening knights here, I would assume. And with it being full walled, you know, you're not really in danger if you can get houses down behind where the knights start hitting, and then just buy yourself enough time to get to castle age yourself and get some camels out on the cheap. Some monks as well, Byzantine monks, really good. So it's not okay, and Lothar's actually added another fishing ship there, although almost all the fish is gone. Not very much left. He could start fish trapping, but it's a little bit, because of the shallows, it's a little bit exposed for fish trapping. I'm not sure if it's the best move. It can just be harassed by any sort of land army. Byzantine dock gonna go down. Twuggle getting some houses on. He's seen sees the castle age time and thinks, oh, I need to buy my way up. Buys a bit of food. Not a bad move. I think he'll well not be too far. Sells a bit of stone. I think that's fine. And yeah, I think after this Ville, he should be up. And it is going to be knights. The knights have bloodlines. Forging has come in as well, and a second TC for Lothar. So he's done a very nice job here. And the economy has been looking very nice. This farm placement is very good. I wonder if he's using the auto farm feature, or if that's, you know, pride of place. Do it yourself. And another stable for Twuggle. So he probably hasn't. Oh, he did scout the stable actually. So he is probably thinking it'll be knights, and he's going to want camels. And then of course, if there's just it could just end up being a camel mirror, because Persians do have camels themselves. We have got wheelbarrow actually, and 17 farms. Wheelbarrow is going to be paying off pretty quick. So much better than sort of these 4 very inefficient fishing ships. Make it a 5th. And the knights are on the way. But yeah, like I said, Twoggle's full walled. Not sure the knights can get too much damage done, but the second TC is pumping away. So getting a bit ahead, and a 3rd stable actually. And the armor on the way as well. So different prioritization of upgrades. Of course, Byzantines don't get bloodlines, which bit of a pain for them. There's no hole there. He's looking though, he's looking. You can look all you want, Lothar. I don't think it's there. He's gone for the gate. The gate is the weak spot. So we need to get a house in behind here. Is he going to be there in time? He should be there in time. He sent the whole barn to build it though. And yeah, camels coming out. And the walls down here as well. But he's been flowing a lot of wood, so you know, good spending. He won't get housed anytime soon. Now, of course, Byzantine camels very cheap. And a second TC coming down on the gold as well. So, well, Lothar expanding out with that market, and now the wall has been deleted. And out come the camels. They're going to engage on the knights, and the knights aren't going to fight back. They want to break through the house, and they're running away now. But the camels are actually slower because he doesn't have husbandry yet, whereas Lothar did manage to get husbandry. So camels will chase forever. But pretty heads up, because Twuggle had a lot of wood floating, and I think to put it a 3rd stable just to catch up in the production possibly was worth it. And he managed to keep 100 stone. He only sold 100, so he's also going to be on 2 TCs as well. 3rd TC coming up for Lothar all the way up here, and he's making some spears as well. I think with Persians though, you do just have the brute force stronger camels, so I think camel v camel is probably fine if you think you can outmass. But that's the key. Now, camels versus fire ships, interesting matchup. Camels do, of course, naturally do +5 bonus damage against ships. Because why wouldn't they? And yeah, these fishing ships, all 6 of them have gone idle. We'll see if any fish traps get added. But fish traps pretty heavy investment. I think it's like 100 wood a piece. But that's a lot of camels, 12 camels. And Lothar's still adding knights in, which is slightly surprising. You know, your Persians, you got the upgrades that affect both. A few pikemen though, hop out, a bit of a surprise. I wonder if he's thinking of the killing power of the knights. If he thinks knight pike is just gonna be good enough and the knights get better value if you can get inside. We'll see, we'll see. But 15 camels, they're massing up more at home. It's looking pretty nice. Eco counts slightly in favour of Lothar. Res collected is in favour of Lothar as well, but Lothar's missing wheelbarrow, which is going to be hurting a little bit. He's got the fill advantage, and he has got the 3rd TC finished up here. He's sending a few more vills out. Sneaking out behind the wood line. Don't want to get discovered by the camels. And this group of camels will be finished, and there is wheelbarrow and town watch coming in. Next onslaught of camels getting ready. Barracks are coming down, so if Lothar's thinking of more pikes, but you know, in this very slow numbers, camels bad against pikes, but you know, it doesn't matter when you got, how many is this, 17, and they're gonna eat up these villagers, deny the barracks. And we have got fish traps, but this is what I was saying earlier. You're on the shallows. There's, you know, there's no way to stop these camels from attacking you. And Twuggle does realise he was attacking the dock, and that dock's going to stay up for a very long time. And all the fishing ships go down. I think their job is done, and I think the water possibly irrelevant. Although I would finish these fish traps off though, because it's possible if Lothar gets control back, he's just going to add more fishing ships back on the traps. But another barracks coming up here instead of the unfinished one, and another TC, so 4 TCs for Lothar. And with Persian's TCs working faster, it's going to be really hard for him to get enough food and then spend it on the vills. And you can see actually, I think the villager difference has come down a little bit. Stonewall's coming up though. In come the camels. Is the wall going to go down? It is. The camels are trapped. Almost. If you just got a quick wall down here, he's going to go for the trap, but this camel defends it with his life. And the pikes open the gate, and I think that's disastrous actually that the pikes went in. There was just not enough pikes there. If he'd have got the trap, that would have been a huge play. But there's just not the number of pikes. The 2 TC play from Twuggle is pretty strong behind this, and now the Vill count gone the other way. And what do you do when you've got, how many is this? 19 camels in your base. I think the saving grace is camels can't like sit under the TC. They have to, you know, harass wood lines and stuff. And I think the difficulty for Lothar was that he was. I'm not sure the pikeman switch was necessary. I think you just have to mirror the camel, maybe add some monks. But this castle drop, this could be disastrous. This castle drop, only 4 vills. Surely it gets spotted. I mean, it's well inside of the Byzantines with the free town watch and town patrol. I don't remember which way around they go. But the camels are feasting. They are under the TC. They don't care. They've got +2 armor. This is as strong as Byzantine camels get in the castle age. But now, yep, camels come back. This castle's gonna get denied. Lothar's in panic mode, but he has got a lot of pikes out. And he has stopped sending them in one by one. So, which is pretty good. He's just massing them up. And now they should be able to clear, but the whole eco has been so idle for very long. And the res collected, though, still ahead for Lothar. He's not out of this game yet. So it's looking rough. 52 vills. And castle denied. He's got to get TCs to pump some more out, but he's only got 6 on food at the moment. He needs to ungarrison all his vills. He's got 30 idle vills sat in his base. Really rough spot. Really rough spot. 23 camels on the field against 25 pikemen. You know, the pikemen win, but camels with that mobility looking really good. Lothar just needs to breathe, fix his eco a bit, and see what he can do. Meanwhile, the castle was actually deleted. And I suppose Twoggle's next course of action, he built a siege workshop and he built a monastery. So he's going for a mangonel. Persian TCs are going to be very annoying to take out. I'd probably, with this amount of people on stone, I would imagine that he's looking for a castle somewhere. And he could basically buy his way to imp, because it's cheaper imp, so he only needs a bit more gold. I think if you buy your way to imp, drop a castle, maybe not forward with this many pikes out, but maybe you can get it forward. That's the question. Where do you drop the castle? Do you drop it on this TC? Do you drop it all the way forward? Or do you drop it at home? And it looks like it's going to be Lothar who's going to be the first one to click up, actually. He's hit the market. And it could give him a window, but his eco is not quite there, and he's having to idle the TCs to get enough. But if he gets up and he gets howled, then it's so hard. And Twuggle does click up, but he doesn't have a castle yet, so he still needs to decide where that's going to go. And he won't know about this castle going down here. Keeps the siege workshop alive. And there, Lothar not going. I think he was trying to click up, but then he realised he didn't have a building. So I think once he realised he didn't have a building, he thought, I might as well queue a load more vills, and it's gonna be a forward castle. Oh, go for it. Where are you going? Okay. He's dropping it there. Let's see. I don't think this can be denied. There's too many camels, and there's not enough of a massive pikeman yet. CA. Okay, this is the second time in this division I've seen civs that don't usually go CA decide to go CA. But let's see it. I don't think I've ever made a Byzantine CA. I'm gonna have to check the tech tree in a second, but we gotta see whether this castle goes up. I think there's probably enough vills. The tower gets denied. This castle doesn't range the vills at the back either. This is definitely going up. But you know, he's got so much HP worth of building here as Lothar. But Lothar's lost quite a lot of vills in that. He's down to 58. He is on the way to Imp. There was a huge camel raid at the same time. And Imp comes in. And 120 vills for Twuggle. He's done a really good job of adding economy. And let's see, Bodkin's in as well for the castle. It's going to help the castle. It's going to help the CA. Armor now for the camels. Not that it's a critical upgrade against pikemen. Lothar's almost there, but he's got 0 on wood. The trebs come out, and the GG's called. Imp into GG. Oh, he didn't actually make it to Imp. But yeah, no, it was quite an interesting game. I think letting the camels in was the crucial mistake, because there just weren't enough pikemen on the field. But I think pikemen. I think it should have been camel v camel, personally. But you know, I mean, pikemen just eat camels alive, so you can understand why he went for the pikemen. But yeah, they opened the gate. But if he'd have snuck I mean, the Vils did great to get the wall down. But if he'd have got a tap on this house, he would have had like 15 camels trapped in here, and you could have got plenty of pikemen massed up and just slaughtered them when you were ready, or converted them. Okay, so Byzantine CA, right? We saw Malay CA the other day. Okay, so Byzantine do get heavy, and they do get all the armor, and they do get thumb ring, but they are missing Parthian, and they are missing bloodlines. I guess it's not terrible if you do get heavy, but they are very squishy. But then I suppose if you're against pikes, then maybe it doesn't matter, because if you're letting the pikes get hits on CA anyway, it's not good. Anyway, yeah, nice 1-0 to Twuggle. I'm gonna go back into the game. So that was Twuggle took his own map there. That was his pick. He had very good economy management there. It was really impressive. I forgot to look at the stats again. I always just get like distracted, but I need to do that. Alright. Hit refresh again. So Lothar's home map is Nomad, and I am a big Nomad enjoyer. So, and I don't know what civs are banned. Oh, there we go. So I don't even want to. Hun's mirror. That's very interesting. To me. Huns OP on Nomad. Yeah, but this is Nomad, right? You can't dock with Huns. So I would say the standard Nomad approach on default Nomad is to have two Vils build a TC. It's a pretty decent TC spot. It's not far from here. Got some nice stone as well. This also not too bad. Yep, on a wood line. Got a lot of food back here. And then the third will build a dock. But with Huns, you don't have enough wood at the start to build the dock. But now you get this horse. So maybe we just don't want to play water. Maybe no one's playing water. Very interesting. I consider Huns OP on other Nomad maps. You know, ones like Bedouins are really good. Basically, any land Nomad map or land Nomad itself, Huns are great. But yeah, regular Nomad, I'm not so sure. But I guess we'll see whether the approach from either of them is to get a dock at some point. Or are we just going to ignore water? They both did play water last game. And they both, because it was, of course, Bay. So, I mean, Huns are Huns, as people say. Huns make cavalry, Huns make cav archers. Huns, they love to play fast and open. And we love them for that. And this cow has been converted twice. He thought he was green, then he thought he was yellow, and we'll see if Lothar's horse finds it. Possibly not. But we will check the scouting, so I guess this cow was heading this way, so not sure if Lothar would have realized that the TC was there. Meanwhile, I think Twuggle does know exactly where the enemy TC is. Now, if Twuggle gets a position on this hill, it's going to be really tough for Lothar. Siege on this hill, I think, would just win the game. Basically, you could take the TC out. This gold is completely exposed, and this stone is also completely exposed. Twuggle's got a lot of room for expansion because he's sort of got all this way to go, which is safe. Whereas Lothar will have to sort of expand along this way. And this is a long distance lure. That's why he was getting loot. But that's good, man. Was that the boar from over there? Kind of missed that. But Lothar going for the dock. He has got the dock up. So the fishing eco will be a boost. It does mean though, with that boar being taken, that I think he was trying to rely on that he didn't have enough wood to mill over here, which I think would have been good in a pinch. Twuggle also is going to come out and dock, so we are going to see. Well, we'll see fish, but we'll see how hard on the actual fires they want to go. Loom for Lothar, as he just doesn't quite have enough food at this second in time. I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be if we're going to have fast castle attempt. It's usually pretty viable on Nomad, especially if you've got a setup like this where you're gold is right here, but I'd say the food for Twuggle is basically gone after this cow. He has found another cow. And he has got another one coming in here, so... But no obvious mill spot. He might end up making like a really awkward mill. Or I suppose he could mill the hunt over here, or over here. But yeah, just get some wood. We have got 2 fishing ships over here. 1 fishing ship and a second on the way. Make that 3 for Twuggle. And Twyggle's looking not far off feudal age. Although that said, Lothar's about to drop off a load of hunts, so won't be too bad for himself. Slightly less idle TC time as well for Twuggle, and he is gonna go up to feudal at 23 vills and 4 fishing ships. No mill though yet, and Lothar is on stone. An interesting wall here. Very interesting. And he sees the mining camp on stone, and Lothar doesn't see this wall. I wonder if Twyggle's gonna come and wall this as well. I mean, he could. And then what? You wall here and wall here, and you've walled Lothar into a tiny corner of the map. Lothar on the way to Castle Age, 1 vil more, a bit more idle TC time. Fishing ship count 6 to 5, and Twuggle also going for some stone. Let's see what's next. Stable comes down. I wonder if we're going to see feudal aggression off the... well, I'd hope so. He's got a lot of food bank. And yeah, 3 scouts. Now it's pretty tricky to get proper damage, but I suppose if he saw the vills coming out here, he sees the stone, he sees the mill. There are certainly places you can hit. And a tower. We're going to see some towers creeping forwards. This is quite good. Ooh, 2 towers actually in range of each other. I think it would have been... You could have had the follow-up tower actually on this little hill here, but then it does risk getting sort of rushed down, but that's why you have the first tower, and Lothar's here, and Lothar's going for an archery range. Very interesting. He sees the tower now as it attacks his barracks, and Lothar's going to make a tower over on this side. Scouts come in, and they're going to find a vill. If not 2. And now this is going to be tough for Lothar. He is probably going to get the tower up, and the tower will have the hill advantage, but it's going to be 2v1. I think this tower doesn't range this yellow tower. The scout's still causing havoc. And that vill's very weak. Oh, he just about survives. Ah, but this tower... The tower on the hill, whilst a really nice spot for a tower, it's 2v1 at the end of the day. He's going to have to put a lot of repairs into this. And Twyggle's going to go for another tower behind the back. And he's got 5 scouts out. And what did I say about walling the other side? Here we go. No one's made any military on the water yet. And now actually this is not looking too bad, and a lot of the scouts die to the TC and this spearman. And another one dies there. And Lothar gets away with not too much, and this Vil is gonna die. With a dying hit, she gets some HP back on the tower. Market going down. Desperately needed. There's a few archers in here. And Twuggle getting a lot of Vils out over to this side, and idle TC time has actually not been bad for either player. 4 seconds for Twuggle is really good. And even a minute and 3, minute and 4 in a messy game like this where you're being tower rushed, it's not too bad at all. But the KD is definitely in favour of Twuggle. And this tower's about to go down. The archers, I'm not sure if they... I think they might have got a Vil pick. Another tower. Complete line of towers. And then this tower did go up as well. And so many fishing ships. 12 fishing ships. They're not terribly efficient at the moment, but I don't think it matters. They're still bringing in food. Spears are out. One spear goes down. The Vils kind of fight off the spear whilst the other ones goes down. And on the way, Lothar is going to Castle Age first. So I think Lothar maybe, what does he do when he gets to Castle Age? That's the question. I think he needs a castle would be the best bet. So I think if I was in Lothar's position, I'd be sending a lot of Vils over to this stone, and then trying to get a castle down sort of here once I hit. But now the Vils from Twuggle are coming in, and it doesn't actually matter that he's got 6 Vils idle because he's got an 11 Vil lead at the moment. He's still got more working economy. Yeah, Lothar went out to the stone, but really heads up from Twuggle to think he's going to go to the stone. He's going to be on the stone. And this just denies this gold. And then, kind of like I was saying earlier, like where does Lothar go? He's just in the corner. And this is rough. This is a really rough spot. More scouts as well. Scouts have the armor, and yeah, I just don't see what Lothar can do even with this castle age time. I think getting the stone for a castle was his condition. He's gonna make some CA. But he needs some map control. And he's got no more gold. After these CA, there's no gold. 17 fishing ships. I think this might be too many fishing ships at this point. Looking at this, I think it'd be good if you like redocked around here, and then maybe you could get away with this many. But and a tower around the back. A transport ship. Okay, Lothar's really going for the he's gone for the evacuation. Well, there is actually another dock over here. Lothar doesn't want to give in. It's his home map. He's down in the series, and he's got the he's got the gumption. I think though once Twuggle hits Castle Age, I think he's gonna have to admit defeat. The villager number is just dropping and dropping and dropping. 19 Vils to 49. Plus any of the fish. These CA do not have any upgrades. And the scouts do. Although the scouts are eventually going to go down, and one tower is going to go down, so it's a start. It's a start. And the 5 vills to create a new life. Start it all over again. They're over here. Dropping a new TC. Well, one of them is. And the vills, though, putting in work. Getting rid of the towers. Lothar's bought some wood so that he can get a mining camp. That's never a spot you want to be in. That's 16 vills. Another stable goes down. 49 vills for Twuggle. I think once Castle Age comes in, I think the GG is going to be called. Because then we're going to see Knights, and we see some fires coming out as well. Just anywhere that can be hit from Lothar is being hit. Don't lose those CA, that's your entire stockpile of gold. Just more scouts for the moment. Second TC is down, but with only 6 on food and your fish dying, it's not the kind of situation you want to be in. And I mean, what do villagers do when they spawn here? They're in towers. Trying to get some damage, but again, just like no fletching even. Hurts so much. Light cav is in. +2 armor is in. So these cav archers do 2 damage a hit to the light cav, and the light cav's gonna decimate the vills on the stone. And the GG finally called. Yeah, really well played from Twuggle actually. Just the push. It was rough. It was rough. GG's Lothar. That Nomad game looked painful. I'm not gonna lie. But Twuggle played it so well. The towers were tough. It was a little bit unfortunate that your one tower here got ranged by both, but then the fact that he came in and retowered all of this. Yeah, the boar. That did kind of mess your Dark Age. I thought it came from over here, but I didn't quite see the whole thing, but you know, the first game was looking pretty good for you at some points. You had the water, you had a really nice setup with the economy, and then all those camels. I think when those camels got in, that was the real killer. They just killed so much economy, and it was so hard to come back, economic wise. But yeah, I think I was saying in that one that I probably as Persians would have just kept making camels against Byzantine camels, because like your camels are stronger, so if you can keep up with the numbers, or even, you know, only just a little bit behind, then you should be okay, because your camel wins the 1v1 with the extra HP. Yeah, because Byzantines don't have bloodlines, do they? They're cheaper, so they can spam more of them, but because Biz get bloodlines. I mean, assuming that you keep track with upgrades, but yeah, I just meant stronger than Byzantine ones. But yeah. Oh, good luck in the next one.